Whenever we talk to any entrepreneur, or more specifically, an aspiring entrepreneur, one question they say is funding. How do I get funding? What are the sources of funding? So, how can I raise money for my startup? So, today I am going to talk about options for raising money for your startup. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Akshita, Bahuguna, and as an edupreneur, I have been talking about entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship is my passion, and teaching people about entrepreneurship is my ambition in life. To fulfill those ambitions, I've been talking about many skills, strategies, techniques of the startup. And one question that has always been asked is funding, money, funding. So today I have decided to give you options for raising money. How can you raise funds for your startup? Once you know how to raise fund or what are the sources of funding, you need to leverage those options for your startup to get launched. The first one is my favorite one, bootstrapping, also known as self-funding. Self-funding is when you invest your own savings or your money for your startup, in your venture, in your business. And this is not only something that empowers you or gives you the ownership, but it is also essential to ensure that the future investor sees your skin in the game. Because once your skin is in the game or your stake is there, you are more sincere and you are expected to put more efforts. So this is a motivation for investor to invest in you. Secondly, it's always advisable to bootstrap your company to overcome the stress of the investors, and instead of working to make your investor happy, you're working in your business to make it grow, which is more important. It has been observed that initially many founders don't take their salaries or reinvest their revenue, which is not bad if you are looking for growth of your company, because the investor in the initial stage might divert your attention from what you are focusing on to something that he wants you to do. So it's better to invest and reinvest your own money. But there are certain places where investing own money is not possible, and there you require some help. So that gives me the second option is your friends, families as investors. Few entrepreneurs are lucky enough to have such friends and families, people who support their startup. And if you have people like this in your life, congratulations, you are at a very good position and you can take their help and invest the money. That money can be in the form of loan or equity or help. That's up to you how you leverage it. But there is one risk attached to it. Because the amount of money is involved in it, at times the expectations are involved in it, it might sour your relationship. So it has to be taken care of very professionally in a very profound manner, and that's for you to decide how you want to go in for that. The third option that is coming up nowadays is crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is becoming more popular nowadays, and here you need to look into the different legal aspects. So my suggestion would be to look for the legal licenses and legal issues attached to crowdfunding. In the traditional approach, what we do is you offer some product or initial minimum viable product in exchange of crowdfunding, or there are stories which people want to support the cause. So it can be in any manner that you would like to do. Nowadays, there is one new option that is coming for crowdfunding, and that is crowdfunding equity. I have gone for one program where I met the entrepreneur who has made 50 different people invest in his organization. And those 50 people are like helping them, advising him, helping him to leverage their network, and he's got some money as well. So equity crowdfunding is also prominent nowadays, and you can think about it. There are many incubators and accelerators that help startups and At times they provide money to invest, and at other times it might provide a workspace, business advice, trainings, and potential funding sources. So what you can do is you can get attached to some incubator and accelerator and leverage that possibility or potential for your own business. Many of the universities and colleges, higher education colleges, are offering these services nowadays, and you can go and enroll yourself out there. Next option can be angel investors. Now, before I move on to explain who and what are angel investors, let me tell you angel investors and venture capitalists. These are two terms that are often confused, and it is important to understand the difference between two. Now, to understand the difference between two, let me take you to the Shark Tank India episodes. There are many episodes, and you must have heard at times the sharks say, "This is my deal. I want to go solo in this." You must have heard them saying, "You can raise the money, but I should have some skin in the game." Now, what does this mean? When they say they want some substantial stakes in equity, it means they want to enter in the board of directors as well, so that they have a say in BOD. BOD means board of directors. And that time they act as venture capitalists. Whereas angel investors are the individuals who simply invest some money and then help the startup grows. Most of the time, these angel investors help the entrepreneur in the starting stage, pre-seed rounds, I would say. And venture capitalists are the people who are more organized. They come in the form of an organization. One such organization is Sequoia Capital. And when they enter, they take the board of director place. They have a say. They try to get profits out of it, then they reinvest that money into other organization. For a venture capitalist, their capital is their investment and they invest money to earn money. This is how they run the business. Whereas an angel investor might have his or her own organization and simply wants to invest in new company. Venture capitalists come in more organized manner and they provide huge money, but they come only if the product is a real innovation, a real disruptor, or only if the startup has a proven track record. So even if you're going for a venture capitalist, be very mindful of it. The next can be loans, credits. Now, loan is something that most of the banks offer, and even in Shark Tank we have seen these sharks offering loans to the people. Loan is something for which you simply give the money back and then you pay some interest. It is always advisable to go for an organized bank and take the loans from them, because in most of the private sectors it is difficult to refund and their terms and conditions are mostly undefined or have double meanings, which might have a problem with you. So it is always advisable to go with a very small, very clear sectors. Next, the grants. There are many organizations and the government grants that you can avail for your startups, especially when you are working in social sector and something that is going to bring about a change in the community, society. Then you can easily get the grants from the government. For Science Department of Science and Technology, easily called DST, they offer grants to the people who are doing the innovations in the field, and they provide their incubators to such organizations as well. So small business grant is something that you can work on. After this, there are other ways where maybe the cash is not involved, but what you can do is you can barter. Like you can say, I will offer the IT services and you offer me the space. That's a barter. So you can barter it and work out the ways. For an entrepreneurs, they have to be innovative and look for the ways by which they can work. Last but not the least is partnership or licensing. Maybe you have made something out of the world, a technology that is going to disrupt the market, but You are not good enough to sell it. You are not a good businessman. You are unable to make a business out of it. In that case, it is suggested to patent it and give the license to some established company to use it, and you can earn the money. It depends how and what you want to earn or you want to work on. Yet, one more that I can think of is some commitment from a major customer, like some supplier who can give you some extra investment on the commitment that he will have the first right to say no. You can think of something like this as well. So, you have many ways of raising the funds. The problem is we are unaware of it, and we'll dig deep into these in the coming videos so that you know how the problem of funding can be faced. And hope these ideas, these points would help you to grow your business to the next level. Start your startup is something that I wish every entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur is able to do. Be happy, be entrepreneurial, and live the life of abundance. And if you wish to continue your journey of unboxing more entrepreneurship with us, keep liking, subscribing, and following us. And don't forget to share it with your friends, families, and fellows. Thank you.